Welcome to episode 9 of Echoes from the Arena. This episode is entitled The Feud. So I'm going to take you on a bit of an imagination uh, journey. I want you to think that you're born in Bavaria. It's the 1960s. You walk out the door of your humble abode and you're strolling down the Aar River, and you live in the town of Herzogenaurach. And there's another chap coming towards you, Dad. And what's the first thing that you're going to look for?
You are looking at their feet.
And why are we looking at their feet?
Shoes. What shoes are they wearing?
Are they wearing Puma? Or are they wearing, whoop, wrong
Adidas.
side, Adidas? Are they wearing Adidas? And this town has at times basically been taken over by this feud, actually for quite some time. Um, Dad, why don't you tell us a little bit about um, two boys who were born in the town of Herzogenaurach?
Okay. They are named the Dasslers. They are not twins. They are, I believe, a year or two apart. Adolf and Rudolph. Adolf goes by the nickname Adi,
Hmm.
and
As
Rudolph,
one should who's named Adolf.
yes, exactly. And Rudolph
Hmm.
uses the nickname Rudy. In 1924, they opened up a company. I'm going to use the anglicized version. If you want to chime in with the German pronunciation,
Oh,
that'd be
yes.
great.
Yes.
But why don't you
Hold
chime
on.
in with the name of the company?
I gotta find
Am I
the
going to find
name.
it?
I gotta find it, but I know how to say it. Um, Actually, it's almost on the tip of my tongue, but I don't quite remember. Um, what's the anglicized version?
The anglicized version, it would be the Dassler Brothers Shoe Company.
Yeah.
And
Um,
did you find
yeah.
it?
No, not yet. Dead air, Dad.
Okay, that's all
Just
right.
start talking.
Well, let's just move on.
I'll find it in a second.
When you find it, we can mention the name. But it was the shoe company was founded in 1924. So we're between the First and Second World War. We are approaching, although we have 12 years to go, but we're approaching there was an Olympic game before
Mhm.
the Olympic game that we're going to talk about. But in 1936, Adolf Hitler and the Nazi regime is in power in Germany, and they are hosting the 1936 Olympic Games in Berlin. Well, the Dasslers decided to, this would be a great time to showcase our shoes, being that the
And the
Olympics
and the
are in our
shoes
backyard.
and the shoe company's name was the Gebrüder Dassler Schuhfabrik,
Okay, there you go. Pronounced like a true
or
German.
as stated, the Dassler Brothers Shoe Factory, basically.
Exactly. There you go.
The,
So the Dasslers did outfit the German track and field team.
mhm.
They also gave shoes to the German Olympic Committee, so they were using shoes for other sports. However, the Dasslers also had an idea. Why don't we try to get the American track and field star, Jesse Owens, to wear our shoes, which they did do.
Mhm.
And as history informs us, Jesse Owens went on to win 4 gold medals, was the star of the Olympics, became an international track and field star because of the Olympics, and the shoes
And thumbed
were
his
front and
nose
center.
at the Fuhrer.
Exactly. So it took an African American track and field star to really put the Dasslers on the map.
Mhm.
So there is when the story begins. Now, do you want to discuss you had a great um, bit of rumor or innuendo in our previous
Previous when we were
uh,
talking after, I think after show.
show.
Yeah.
After, yeah. And if you want to kind of talk about that
Excuse me.
particular rumor, that would be good to set up where I want to go next.
So what I did find is that the brothers joined the Nazi Party in 1933. I don't know that that really says anything because the unfortunate truth is that in 1933, I don't know if people really had a choice. I know
Yeah,
that's
most
very
likely did
early
not.
on, but that may be one of those, well, the whole town's Republican, so you better just become a Republican.
That, and just to interject before you move on,
Because there is some unfortunate history here that we do need to kind of talk about.
yes, there is. For argument's sake, and again, it was a little bit of a stretch, but for argument's sake, the Nazi Party did gain popularity through legal means, I guess
Hmm.
if you want to say that. Although there was some coercion going on, obviously. And like you said, a lot of young men during that era did join the Nazi Party, not exactly knowing what the end result would be.
Right.
So I'll
Um,
let you pick it up from there.
well, I just wanted to qualify this as saying that this is not necessarily excusing that, but that is kind of what happened in a lot of cases. Whether that was the case here, neither you nor I could say.
Hmm.
I don't
Right.
think we found that in either of our research, right?
Nope, nope,
No.
nope.
Okay. Um, so they joined the party in 1933. What I did not know was that their factory was repurposed during the Second World War
Hmm.
to produce weapons such as the Panzerfaust, which was the rocket launcher, the
Oh,
German
okay.
um, answer to the bazooka. Um, tensions. Okay, so what the stuff that I'm about to say is not necessarily verified. Uh, it could be hearsay or hearsay. I don't know how you say it. Uh, who gives a shit? Um, but these are just rumors as to what happened between the brothers. Although in one case, I did find the same quote um, in multiple sources. So tensions had escalated during the war. It's not known whether Rudy was drafted or was called up. Rudy apparently thought that Adi had him called up for the army in order to give himself more control over the shoe company. Um, at the same time, Rudy was either drafted or called up and was imprisoned by the Allies, and he had suspected that Adi had betrayed him. And then I had found a moment in which both of them and both of their families were going into a bomb shelter. And during an air raid, Adi allegedly had muttered the phrase, "Here come those swine hounds again." And Rudy thought he was talking about him
Hmm.
and his family when it's thought that he was talking about the bombers coming in to bomb their town again. And Rudy took that personally, apparently, and that, um, as we'll find out, that soon ended their partnership.
That it did.
So, in 1948, the brothers dissolved their partnership and they went two separate ways. Who founded Puma, was originally named Ruda, and then Adi launched Adidas, which is just a play on his name,
Hmm.
Adi Dassler, Adidas. Um, their hometown, as I had mentioned at the beginning, uh, uh, excuse me, Herzogenaurach, Bavaria, um, very much a divided town. Uh, you either supported Adidas or Puma. You didn't support both. And there were Puma bakeries and there were Adidas bakeries and there were Puma pubs and there were Adidas pubs. And you didn't wear the other, I won't say colors because it's not colors, but you
Right.
wouldn't wear the other brand
The other
uh,
brand.
in a place that you weren't supposed to.
It's probably my gallows humor coming through, but when you're describing this, matter of fact,
Oh, I have a visual of
yeah,
what
go
I'm
ahead.
thinking of, and it's
Yeah.
Celtic and the Rangers, Celtic and the
Well,
Glasgow.
that would be a very good comparison. It would be a comparison. I just was thinking, I have a dear friend who's like a brother to me. To you, he's like your uncle. I'm talking
Oh,
about
talking about Ireland.
I'm talking about our dear, dear friend Mike McConnell, who, emigrated from Northern Ireland uh, during the unrest between the Catholics and the Protestants in
Yes.
Northern Ireland, the IRA and all that. And I'm thinking about, I got that same vision in my head.
Not that it got to that point,
Not that
but
it got to
they're
the point of bombings, but
right.
it was pretty intense. If you refuse to go to a bakery because they are on the Adidas side of town, that's pretty heavy stuff.
I would say
So
so.
I would say, it's almost like, Hatfield McCoy's stuff. But anyway, I think what you were able to do very eloquently is pretty much paint a picture on how serious this is. This is big. This is big stuff. Their feelings for each other, uh, eroded.
Hmm.
They did not like each other.
I do have
Uh,
a one other
yeah, go ahead.
piece, which is that the town Herzogenaurach had earned the nickname the town of bent necks
Oh,
because
okay.
people would, if they saw someone coming, the first thing that they would look at is what are they wearing on their feet.
And that leads me into a little discussion of the two companies. Already mentioned that Puma was founded in 1948, shortly after the brothers split
Mm.
and
Yes.
dissolved their shoe company. Uh, Adidas was founded about a year later, in a little over a year later in 1949. Okay, and initially both companies were making shoes, athletic shoes,
Hmm.
and it was really before the days of any other, any fashion statements or other shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, what have you, sweats.
Hmm.
That comes a little bit later on. But initially, both companies, their business model was shoes, athletic shoes. Um, you spoke about the town divided, so let's get into a little bit of what they're all about. I'm just gonna go.
I
Yeah,
got
go ahead.
something for us, which is how they gained like their first big break.
Okay, go ahead. I was gonna.
Did you have that? Because I ran
Yeah, I
into that
got
as
some. Well,
well.
I got some. Well, I don't know if you have the same thing I do, but I'm starting
I'll
with.
let you talk about the Puma stuff because that
Okay,
stuff's more interesting, I think.
okay.
Uh,
You
yeah,
want to
so
do the Adidas?
Adidas, from what
Okay, go
I
ahead.
had learned, gained kind of an early dominance on the rivalry by sponsoring the West German national team
Hmm.
in the
Hmm.
1954 World Cup.
Hmm.
So they won Adi's new innovative screw-in boot,
Hmm.
I'm sorry, screw-in spike boot.
Hmm.
So it
Hmm.
was the first of its kind to have spikes that you could change the length of by
Hmm.
just unscrewing them. So that was extremely innovative at the time, and that kind of gave them a jump on their competition, local competition in Puma.
Good point. Um, and for those of you who don't understand why that's important, is if a lot of it that's dictated by field conditions. So if you're playing on a very wet, muddy
Mhm.
field, you would want a longer spike. So that's the reason that this innovation was so important.
You wouldn't have to change your shoes; they could just change your
Just
spikes.
change the spikes, yes. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna kind of move up into the 1970s
Hmm.
because
Well, that's where I was going next.
that's where you're going next. So first big, and I'm assuming this is who you were talking about.
Yeah.
Puma was able to um, sign at the time probably the number one recognizable
Athlete in the world.
athlete in the world, Pele, who was a Brazilian,
Mhm.
extremely talented player, uh,
Yeah, I'd say
iconic,
so. Yeah.
iconic. But he was wearing the shoe in the 1970 World Cup. And before the kickoff, Pele, and
Mhm.
they to this day think it was scripted. Pele stopped the action just long enough for him to tie his shoe. Obviously, the camera pans in on him, and what's he wearing? The Puma, the
Yep.
Puma shoe, the Puma trademark.
And everybody ran out of their houses to go
That's
find
right.
that shoe.
There you go. That's the first, I would say, marketing coup. I guess the shot across the bow um, that Puma sent Adidas's way.
Did you find anything about the Pele Pact?
Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did,
so
David. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so a secret agreement between I don't know if it's the two sides or all shoe manufacturers, a secret agreement not to sponsor Pele.
The research I got was with what you just said. It was basically between the two companies,
The two companies.
Adidas and Puma, had a pact,
S-
allegedly.
So it sounds like Puma may have been getting their lunch money stolen and
Hmm.
decided that they were no longer willing to play by the rules that they had
That's right.
set, and quite the coup to get Pele on board.
The
Other famous athletes who wore
Yeah, I was gonna
Puma.
say I was gonna give you another one. Adidas kind of dropped the ball twice.
Oh no.
They trusted Puma, and
Well, yeah, there
Puma
you go.
pulled a fast one on him and signed Pele.
Mhm.
However, they did have an opportunity to sign Michael Jordan in 1984, and Michael wanted to sign with Adidas, but ended up Adidas felt that Michael Jordan might not be the athlete that they wanted. He obviously goes to a competitor, a new competitor, a new company well, not new in 84, but I believe the Nike was created in the 70s.
Mhm.
But Nike's big signing was Michael Jordan, and Air Jordan was born. So um, they lost out on Michael Jordan.
Yeah, now he just has his own line of shoes.
Exactly, exactly.
So that's all.
And then in the 1990s, I know I'm I'm trying to move through the timeline. If you want to stop me, Mac, or go ahead and we can
Well, there's a
talk.
couple Puma athlete. There was another Puma athlete there that
Did I miss somebody? Okay.
a little another soccer star, Maradona,
Ah,
wore
I
Puma.
did not did have that Maradona.
Mhm.
So the Argentine, right?
Argentinian. Yep.
Argentinian. Yes, Maradona. Okay. I did not know he was a Puma. Him
Adidas.
I missed.
Adidas had Muhammad Ali.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Yes.
Zinedine Zidane. If you're a soccer fan, you know who
Yes. I
Zizou
know
is.
him. I know him.
And if you were at all around in the 80s, Run DMC tended to wear a lot of their products.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
I was
did.
being sarcastic. They were like all Adidas.
That was all Adidas. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was all Adidas.
That's right. Well, I was going to get into that as you might want to get it a little bit later, but obviously it's become Adidas and Puma are very much into the
It's
fashion industry
cultural.
now. It's
Yeah.
cultural. It's cross marketing. Thanks to a lot of the rappers, uh, they put Adidas, Puma, Nike, New Era on the map.
Mhm.
People that never put a New Era hat on their head all of a sudden are wearing, everything New Era.
And if you wanted
Thanks
a
to the
Major
various
League
rappers.
Baseball hat,
Hmm.
you had to get a New Era hat
Got to get a
because
New Era hat.
they were the only ones that made it. I think we can kind of, as far as the rivalry between the two brothers, um, never seemed to the two brothers themselves did not have a later on gesture of goodwill towards one another. Rudy died in 1974. Adi passed away in 1978. They were buried at opposite ends of the
Mm.
cemetery in Herzogenaurach.
So to them, the feud continues, I
Herzogenaurach.
guess,
Yes.
in the hereafter. Um, 1990s. Let's talk a little bit about the 1990s.
Yes.
The Puma kind of hit a rough patch. Financially, they were struggling, and they kind of didn't keep up with the times. Plus, I think both companies were trying to deal with the Nike juggernaut here
That
because Nike was
suddenly,
just blowing people out. They had your stars like we talked about Michael Jordan. They had John McEnroe in the 90s.
hmm.
So they
I
had some
remember
big
growing up,
names.
the Pippins were really hot.
Yes, yes. So
They had Air Max, like anything. It was all cool, and
right.
we all couldn't afford.
Matter of fact, I think the Air Max was I think even it's kind of unrelated, but I think I gave you that list of shoes,
Hmm.
the top three shoes of all time as far as sales.
Hmm.
And I think the Air Max series is number one.
Doesn't surprise me.
Number two, a company we're talking about tonight, Adidas,
Mm.
Stan Smith, the Stan Smith shoe, which was introduced in I want to say the shoe was introduced in the late 60s, but it
Hmm.
didn't become official until the year I graduated high school. So excuse my moving around the set, but I have
Well,
a
you have a
guest in here.
friend. We have a
I have a
guest.
guest in here. So I gotta move the set around.
Um,
So anyway, in 1971, the
are you wearing your
Adidas.
Stan Smiths?
I'm not wearing my Stan Smiths. I
Uh,
actually have Adidas sliders on. So,
gotcha.
but this I do have Stan Smiths, and the Stan Smiths uh very good tennis shoe back in the day. I
Hmm.
guess some people still wear them for tennis. I don't. I don't find them as support.
I wouldn't wear them for tennis. The support
Yeah,
is not. The
support's not
support is
there.
lacking considerably.
So it's really moved into the realm of fashion now. I
Hmm.
mean, I can turn on an ESPN Sports Center, and if they're standing, guys are wearing suits with nice, shiny, clean Stan Smiths. So, and it comes in different colors now, and I believe one of the designers are even into it because I was pricing Stan Smiths yesterday on the Goat app,
Hmm.
and there's a designer who is they're getting like $350 for a Stan Smith,
That's crazy.
only because the
But
color.
it's a nice canvas. It's white. You can pretty much do whatever you want with it if you're a great artist.
Oh yeah, no, it's not. It is.
It's a
It's a
canvas.
great shoe. It's a great shoe. It looks good on. Easy to keep clean. So yes,
Hmm.
um, but yes. Let's
This
where
is an
was yeah. Go ahead.
endorsement for Stan Smiths by you. So if they wanted to send us any,
Yeah.
Greg does endorse
Yes,
Stan
I do
Smiths
endorse Stan Smith.
and always has.
That's right. Stan the man. He was quite a player of the day.
So
Um,
I've kind of ended the lives of the two brothers, which ended in the 70s, and then we have catapulted ourselves into the 90s. Puma's a little behind the times, and where did we go from there?
yeah, I think Puma needed to. Yeah, Puma needed to
Innovate.
innovate and change their business model a bit, which they did do. As did Adidas to a degree. I think everybody, both company, and then there was. We got to remember now there was Reebok was in here now.
They were big. They
So
had the
Re
Shacks.
Reebok was big. Another team which you know very well because I sold a lot of their product. Starter got into
Sneaker
the
game.
apparel. Well, not the sneakers so
Oh,
much. They did make,
yeah,
I believe they did make a sneaker, but they're
briefly.
more into the apparel and
Yeah.
the team merchandise.
Hmm.
But they're in there now. And again, thanks to culture, pop culture, people were wearing starter jackets. So
I had myself a few starter
you
jackets.
did, you
I
did.
had a San Jose Sharks one that I wore the shit out of.
I had one which I cannot find. I don't know if you might know where it is, or if it went somewhere. I don't know. I might have traded it for a jersey, but do you remember the starter authentic Atlanta Braves jacket I had with that great Atlanta Braves logo across the front?
Think I know the one you're talking
And I
about.
think it was traded, it might have been traded for a game worn jersey. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know. I
think
do not know, but that was a great jacket. But anyway, uh, we're kind of getting off away from Adidas and Puma, but it's important
well, that's the
because
great part of our podcast, Ed. We can
well,
kind of do what
exactly.
we want.
But again, it's important because that's the reason why these companies had to kind of, get away from only making shoes and a few items and you really diversify,
Yeah.
which they both did. Because now I'm moving into the 2000s. So Puma signs uh, Usain Bolt.
Arguably the fastest man alive.
So he was able to catapult the company into, into
I don't think that's arguable. I think he has the world record for speed in the 100
I
meter
think he
dash,
did.
so he is the fastest man alive.
Um, I think I would have to agree. Yes, he is. So, but anyway, a huge bonus for them. A matter
That's
of
a big
fact,
get for them because I also remember, and we talked about this off the show when we just have random discussions about stuff like
right.
this, which is a good reason for the podcast. Um, I think they were outfitted by Puma, the whole like the Jamaican
I
team,
think the Jamaican
whole
Olympic
team
team is outfitted by
by
Puma.
Puma. Yeah,
I
and
mean,
they always had some
I
really
think
sharp
even their
stuff, but they have great colors like the
mhm,
green and
yes,
gold,
black.
black. Yeah, just
But
sharp.
I think you're right there. Yeah, just for argument's sake, what you said is true. He had records in 2008, 2009, Olympic dominance also. So he is the fastest man alive. So
I
you are
think the
right.
record is 958. I
Is it
think is the word
958?
958.
They had a
It's
and
kind of
then
fast, I guess.
that's fast. That's
Yeah.
fast. So Puma signs Bolt
Hmm.
and they get a huge boost to their sales. Adidas then signs Matt Damon's brother, David Beckham. If you watch the beer ads that they do together, uh, David and the
I
other David. So David Beckham signs with Adidas, and we all know what Bend them like Beckham can
I
do.
mean he was hot back then. Not he's not a
Um,
handsome man now, but
well, he is a handsome man. We've had the discussion about suits, who looks best in suits, and I
uh,
think both our lists include David Beckham
and Hendrik Lundqvist.
and Henry Lundqvist and Daniel Craig.
That's right.
Okay, so there you go. So and also Messi,
Oh,
Adidas.
good one.
The gentleman you were talking about, Zidane, is it?
Zinedine Zidane,
Oh,
or
okay,
known by his
yes.
nickname as Zizou.
He was signed by Adidas. Also, Adidas has and I'm going more current now, but Mo
Mhm.
Salah is Adidas.
Oh, is he Adidas?
Um, Obviously Arsenal is
Is
Adidas.
Adidas,
Man U,
Newcastle?
Adidas, Newcastle. I would imagine Liverpool, since Mo Salah is Adidas,
No, I
or
think
are
they're
they wearing
Nike.
Nike?
I think they're
Okay.
wearing Nike.
So what's
Because
Mo
they were,
Salah wear? Does he wear
well,
Nike kit and then
guys wear
Adidas
whatever cleats they
shoes?
want.
Okay,
Wear
there you
whatever
go. I didn't
cleats
know
they want.
that. Okay. Um,
And the
Adidas also,
the colors don't even need to match. They can wear
oh,
whatever
no, they,
color, whatever cleat they want.
okay, the boot, the soccer boot.
Boot. Yeah.
The
They
Adidas also signed Kanye West, by the way. It's more of a
ugh, ugh.
cultural, uh,
Whoops.
they're using a term, well, they blended streetwear with sports, so that was Kanye's little niche
And
there.
then I think it took them a little longer than I would have liked for them to get rid of him.
Um, Adidas also signed Paul Pogba.
Oh, Paul Pogba,
Remember him?
formerly of Man U, who
Yes.
is now with AS Monaco.
Oh, is he? Okay. I wonder where he
He's
went.
making a comeback. He was banned for a year or maybe more for a banned substance.
Okay.
And then he's trying to make a rejuvenation in League One.
A couple of the A stars, Adidas signed James Harden
Hmm.
and Damian
Beard.
Lillard. Yes.
Oh, Dame Lillard.
Puma signed Neymar. We mentioned Bolt,
So they
Rihanna.
like the Brazilians.
Yes, they do. And LaMelo Hall, a ball, not
Ball.
Hall.
Yeah.
LaMelo Ball was also is under contract with Puma. So as you can see, both companies have decided to uh, go the route of trying to get very high placed athletes.
But this is kind of I'm like setting this up for you to spike it, but Puma does make a shoe that Adidas doesn't really make.
Which one's that now?
The one we've talked about.
Oh, that I have.
Well, a driving shoe.
Oh, I'm
Like,
sorry.
yeah.
I don't have that. I'm thinking of the leisure shoe. Yes. Uh, what Puma decided to do versus Adidas was more big picture.
Yeah.
Puma decided, okay, yes, we're going to sign some of these athletes, these star athletes, but we're also going to do some niche marketing.
Hmm.
So one of the niches is Formula One, and they're really, I think, one of the few, if any, other company. I don't know if any
I
other
think
company makes a
Sparko,
driving
I
shoe.
think Sparko makes a driving
Do they
shoe.
make a driving shoe? Yes.
There's probably some other companies that make them, but I know of the Puma driving shoe as like the driving shoe. Now I could be wrong there, but and I have a pair of them and they're lovely to drive in.
All right. Oh, you have a pair. I didn't know they were actually for sale for. I thought they were just very specially made
No, I just bought a pair that happened
for
to be
racing.
for driving,
Well, there you go.
and I didn't know that at the time that I bought them,
Okay.
and later found out, oh, these are for driving.
So describe the shoe for me. What's the
It's
sole? A
it's
thin
like a it's like
sole?
it's like a wrestling sole.
Okay. A wrestling. Okay.
Like a
Okay.
fl very flat. It's got a little bit of tread, so like if you get out of the car, you're not just gonna,
Right. Right.
if it's raining out, but
Right.
um, it's not for it's not for running around on the grass. I'll say that.
So yeah, so they got more into they got Puma got more into the niche marketing and they got into
Mm.
more lifestyle type of clothes, more fashion oriented.
I think they did some of what New Balance did, which is kind of
Yeah.
turning themselves
Uh,
into like a lifestyle brand,
yeah,
not just
exactly.
a shoe
Well, that's
company.
the word I was looking for, lifestyle. Yeah. I think it was wise of Puma to do that because
Not to say that both sides don't have big athletes, because I
well,
think
they do,
New
yeah.
Balance
But
is Bukayo Saka's New Balance. They've got Jack Harlow if you want lifestyle.
they
I
also
want to
got
say, don't they have Shohei?
yeah, yeah, they got him.
That's kind of a big
They
deal.
got one of the WNBA players.
Mm.
Um, Puma also
Oh,
has
isn't it Paige Beakers?
yeah, that's who they got.
Yeah,
That's who New Balance has.
New Balance has
Puma has the what's her name? She plays for the Liberty. She played at UConn.
INSQ.
She's from North Syracuse, New York. Oh,
Oh, Brittany Stewart,
yeah, Stewart. Brianna Stewart. Yeah.
Brianna Stewart. My mistake.
Brianna
Sorry.
Stewart, which I don't know how
Sorry.
she, I don't know why, how SU missed not getting her because, yeah, she's from North Syracuse, but went to
Well, if she went to
UConn.
UConn, that's why
Yeah,
they didn't get
I
her.
guess, what's his name?
Gino Auriemma was like,
Has
"Do
a
you want
little
to
better
come play?
resume.
Do you want to
I
come play women's basketball at UConn, or do you
was
want
like,
to stay
look at the
here
team she was with. Look at the players she played with.
surrounded with stars,
Yeah, yeah.
surrounded with people that were the best player on their team?"
So, but I was going to get, I was going to also talk about, as we moved into the 2010s and beyond, you and I were both in the Adidas concept store in London.
Holy shit!
And that's where Adidas's market now is these beautiful concept stores where you can go up on the third floor and you can go up to the counter and order any premier jersey, customize,
Well, for the teams that they had
yeah, for the teams that
have,
they had. Yeah.
which they have three big ones: Man U, Arsenal, Newcastle.
Yeah, Tottenham. They must have Tottenham, right?
Well, Tottenham's not a big team, Dad.
No. Um,
I think they were
or
Nike.
Chelsea.
I
Yeah.
think they were
Oh,
Nike.
oh, that's
No,
true.
Chelsea
That's true.
definitely. Chelsea definitely wears Nike.
Okay. So just the Adidas, obviously. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my mistake. And then talk about the basement, what they
Oh my
offer in the
God.
basement.
So we walk down. So this is in London. This is the flagship store that they have in London, Adidas. We walk down there, and you go up. You're in the first floor, and there's a lot of modern stuff around. And you go up to the second floor, and that's where they had a lot of the Premier League stuff was on the second floor.
Hmm.
And then we go down at, to the basement, and that's where like the shoes, the Sambas, the Specials, the whatever the frick the ones are that I have. I can't even think of them off the top of my head. But they had those in so many different colors, so many different styles, some with like some very ornate designs on them that I thought was really awesome. Uh, and then they had like a bunch of racks of new, but like retro stuff,
Like what I'm wearing.
like what
Right?
I'm wearing.
George Best, the George Best commemorative
Yep. Like
MU or MU. Um, the one
I,
you're wearing, what are you wearing? You're wearing Arsenal? Yeah, you're
I
wearing
got the
Arsenal.
the old Arsenal maroon,
So
and I got that green bomber jacket, which is really sharp. It's green on green with corduroy in the front. But the sleeves aren't corduroy. They got the green. It's green, but it's got the green stripes that are stitched down the side.
answer
Eh,
me this, because obviously,
Real
answer me
sharp.
this, because I was thinking about this as we were preparing for the show, and I'm glad you brought this up because this actually is right what I was thinking about earlier today. So um, the throwback, so to speak.
Hmm.
Um, what exact, you know, what market are they looking at? Are they looking at, obviously we both bought it. I'm
Are they
obviously
looking?
older.
Are they looking at the
Are
middle-aged
they
and
looking
senior
for
white
baby
guy?
boom? Are they looking for the Gen X baby boomers to drive the sales? Or are they looking for the uh the the, the millennials or and then the Gen Xers? But it seems like everybody's buying it, which is amazing. So are
That
they
was going to
buying
be
the
my
brand?
answer.
Are they
They're
buying
they're buying the design. They're
the
buying the
design?
fact that here's the thing, Dad. Nothing I can buy here fits me in the arms.
Okay.
This fits me in the arms. Like, yes, okay, if I do this, obviously it doesn't, but I'm bending.
Right.
So, and it's sharp. I love a nice pop collar once in a while, especially if it's chilly, and God knows it gets chilly here often. Um, when it's not now. But I think they're buying the design, like what you have on now, the blue on blue stripe is real sharp.
Yeah, I got black. I got a black stripe. There's actually a black
Oh, is it
stripe.
black? It looks
It's
dark
actually
blue from
it looks
here, but
navy, but it's a black stripe with the royal blue
yeah.
and the white and
So
George Best's number.
I think at least as far as Adidas is concerned, because I have a lot of Adidas stuff, because I have a lot of Arsenal stuff now,
Right, right.
the market that they're looking for is people that have no style, that have a little bit of style. Um,
I
you
agree.
know,
Well, I
I
agree. I think.
bought a bunch of stuff at the Armory at Emirates Stadium. It was all Adidas stuff outside of the hat. The hat's the only thing I did. That was a 47.
Okay, okay.
So
Yeah, I bought a 47 head at the Arsenal store in the stadium the day we were
yeah.
there.
And I got another one, a black one with the gold cannon on the top. But I mean, I think, and this is something that we talked about in an earlier episode, I think was like where's this in America? Like if if the billionaire owners are always complaining about one thing or another about their team, looking at you, Jerry Jones. Uh, why aren't they embracing some of these ideas more than they are?
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
we've gone into the Bill store.
Right. Right.
There's more stuff now than there used to be,
Right.
but they don't have the vast selection. If you go on Arsenal or Manchester United's website, you can find the if you're not looking at the kits, which are the jerseys, you're looking at the other stuff, that stuff is not just broken down by size and color. It's broken down by collection. There's like a
Hmm. Hmm.
retro collection,
Right.
an
Right.
80s collection. Arsenal did a US collection this summer. I think last summer was the France collection.
Right.
And I have a
Well,
couple of those things.
I, I think you and I are very in tune to that part of sports marketing. But I think the Premier League Premiership is very much
Yes, and I'm very
on
susceptible
top
to it too.
of, very much on top of marketing. But I also think the fans of the Premier League are very much into their team's legacies, and they know a lot about what happened before they were even born.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I think these collections are successful. And I don't know if it would be, I don't know how like NFL fans would view that. I would think it was amazing.
I would love it, but I don't know that they would.
I wish there was a wall of replica jerseys from the 64, 65 team that won the AFL championship.
Mm.
I would buy a Jack Kemp jersey. I would buy a Glenn Bass jersey, Tom Sustak jersey. They're not out there. And if it was the Premier League, they would be there. So I'm not sure, I'm not sure exactly
Yeah,
what's
you can
going
still
on.
get the old school. But here's the other thing, Dad, is um, and I would be wrong to not mention this, is that every year the uniform changes.
Hmm. Hmm.
Every year now.
Well, that's to get more sales. That's
Well,
to sell more
yeah.
jerseys.
Well, yeah, but and
That's why the
and
NHL
it
is going to
works.
the third jersey and all that. But yeah, it works. No, it does work. It does work.
Yeah, but third jersey is so there's a chasm between third jersey and we're changing the uniform every year and not just the home jerseys.
Hmm. Hmm.
We're changing the away and the third jersey. All as far as I know, all the Premier League teams do it, or at least all the big ones.
And the NHL, here we go, the NHL again, but I have some issues with them as far as their marketing also. But do you remember those alternate jerseys, that third jersey they came out with a few seasons ago?
But
Do you
did we
remember
have the goat
that?
head?
That
We have the goat head.
Was it the Godad? It was something else. The
It was
Sabres jersey was atrocious. Um, but it just wasn't done right. And it could have been done right. I mean, what I would have done is gone back in the history of the teams and found a old jersey that was worn and tweak it a little bit and bring it up to
bringing
modern
up to par
specs.
as far as the modern weight of a jersey and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, and the
Yeah.
cut and everything. But
Well, that is one of the things that the Sabres have done right is they went back to the logo
well, they
that
did go to the
looks
original.
best
Yes, it
on
looks
them.
best.
I wouldn't mind if they never changed that.
But
Keep that jersey home and away. I don't care.
but you and I have talked before about the fact that the Premier League, when it comes to marketing and selling their merchandise, they know how to do it.
Mm.
NFL can take some lessons from them, as
Which they don't because
as
they think
does
they
the
know it all.
as the NHL could do the same. NBA is not bad. They came out with the City collection a few years back.
And they keep doing that.
Um,
The mid-season tournament is a
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
That's a
yeah,
European thing.
yeah,
The different colored floor, I think,
yeah,
is cool.
yeah,
I
yeah.
like it.
I like that. Yeah, yeah.
I like their city collection a lot. I love the Miami one. Like why are the Miami Heat black and red? They should
Right.
be like navy blue and neon pink and
Or
neon
like
orange, and
Miami
it should
Vice
be like
colors.
Miami Vice. Yes, I should hear in the air tonight when I see
Yeah,
them playing. I should
exactly.
hear that,
Exactly.
you know. Um,
Um, one other thing I want to bring up before
sure.
we can still continue this conversation because I'm enjoying it. But the um, I learned that in my business. For those of you who don't know what I did before, I
Was a teacher.
I was a teacher, but before I was a teacher, I ran a store called the Bills Locker Room, which was at the time the official team shop of the Buffalo Bills. Before,
Unofficial, official team
yeah, it's
shop.
unofficial, official. But we had the players shopping in the store. We sold tons of Bills merchandise.
Hmm.
But and one thing I learned, and I think Adidas and Puma and Nike, they're all involved in this, is well, they're the manufacturer, not the retailer. But I'm thinking there's something called hot markets. It might have changed. The term might have changed now. We called it hot markets back in the day. Hot market was the Bills win the AFC East.
Hmm.
So we got to sell whatever was available, t-shirts, hoodies, but you got to sell it in a very short time
Because
because
it's not going to be good.
if
You
they
know,
go to the championship game and they win, then you got a whole batch of new merchandise you have to sell, and the AFC East stuff is sitting there collecting dust. So you got to know
yeah,
how to buy it, how much to buy, and be in and out. And
right.
these companies like Nike, well, I shouldn't be talking Nike because we're talking Adidas and Puma. Um,
You're allowed to talk Nike, Dad. It's your
Adidas
show.
especially because Adidas does have, obviously they do have tie-ins with various teams and leagues. You have to know what to manufacture, how much to manufacture, and that's critical because you could have a warehouse full of stuff that sits. So
That no one's going to buy.
that no one's going to buy. You're going to give it away. So they're very good at that. They're very good at coming up with, and I don't know how they do it. They use analytics or
It's
whatever,
got to
but
be.
they know how to do it, and they're good at that. And that's what these companies they need to do. These this is the industry is so different than it was when Adidas and Puma were born back in the late 40s. So,
No, in the 20s.
well, the 20s with the original shoe company. Yes.
Yeah. But
Yes.
yeah, when those companies were born. Yeah, I've really gravitated a lot to Adidas' stuff. I do prefer that logo
Hmm.
and this logo
Hmm. So do I.
um to the more modern new logo, but I do have quite a bit of stuff with it. I've got that Declan Rice jersey back there.
There you go.
The Odegaard, that Saka one, that's a modern one. I'm hoping the third jersey this year has the old school logo like the Man United one did last year with the devil holding the
Did you see the new kit that's out now? Is it more of a
oh
navy
uh
color?
the Arsenal one.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't just see it. I saw it in action today because
Ah,
they played AC
oh, they
Milan
played
this
today.
morning
Okay. Okay.
in Southeast Asia, 1-1
Okay.
nil.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, it's super sharp and it is a slight remake on an old design that they had with like a lightning bolt pattern
Okay.
that they
Nice.
used to have. I have that coffee table book. I remember the jersey though. It was I think they I think their title sponsor was Sega back the last time they wore it, maybe.
Okay. Okay.
It would have been that long ago.
Well, I still got the Man U jersey with the
Old Trafford on it.
Vodafone, the Vodafone
Oh, is that the one
sponsorship with the
with
puff. It's the a puff print. It's got the O, their logo.
yeah, which it's a great pod, but we can't see it.
Yeah,
Um,
I know.
but the is it
There it is.
okay
Yep.
that so there was another one you had which was if anyone sees that you have an Arsenal and a Man U thing,
I know.
they're gonna flip their shit. Um, um, you had a jersey, you had the Man United one with the sharp in front, and it had the the pattern in the background was of Old Trafford. Do you remember that one?
I
That was
do.
a
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
sharp jersey.
Yeah. That's a sharp jersey.
That's the only good
Yes.
thing I'll ever say about Man United, but that was a super sharp jersey. Yeah.
We know where that came from.
Yeah. Um, you want to talk a little bit about the Open while we're here?
I do. I do. I really but by
Uh,
the way that for all you for everybody out there listening, the if you ever get to Royal Portrush, um up on the northern coast of Northern Ireland,
Northern Ireland.
you need to search out the Harbor Bar. I sent you this I sent you that I text you that thing, Matt, with the Harbor Bar.
Oh,
Gotta have a pint of
pint at the
Guinness
Harbor
in
Bar.
the Harbor Bar, and you can walk to the end of the bar, and there'll be the Darren Clark area
That's his seat.
where Darren actually, when he's in Port Rush, he'll sit there and
In fact, you
entertain.
may walk in and there's
He
somebody
might be
sitting there
there.
because he might
Yes,
be there.
if he's in town, he's there. That's what he said himself earlier last week when I was watching the Open coverage. There's pictures of him and all, and there's a autograph flag. So yeah. So anyway, but uh, I I know you watch a little bit of the Open. I watched a
I
lot of the
watched
Open.
quite a bit of it
Did you?
actually.
Yeah. It's a fascinating tournament. I was a little disappointed on Sunday. I had played tennis in the morning, and I was coming home. I was taping it because it started early, obviously. And by the time I got home, Scheffler was 5 or 6 strokes up. So it
Okay,
kind of
so
took the drama
yeah,
out of the tournament. I was a little disappointed. I thought Rory might make a run.
he made a little bit of a run, but
Oh, I don't know if I should say fortunately or unfortunately. I think unfortunately weather cooperated this time.
he
Usually
was
the weather plays a role in the tournament, and it
it
really
affects
didn't.
everybody. He was he was the best guy.
Yeah, you
And I
was.
don't think it was really that close. It was about as close as the score was, which wasn't
Hmm.
that close.
Right.
Um, I thought that I I too hoped that Rory would make a little bit of a run, which definitely materialized on the third day. That
Yeah,
was
he shot at
exciting.
66, I
He
believe.
shot a real nice number. Um, but I had a similar experience as you on Sunday. We went out to a Greyhound walk. We came back, and I'm thinking, all right, well, hopefully, maybe it's within three, or maybe it's at
Yeah.
three. And it was like picked my phone up, and all I saw was Steve had texted into our chat, Scheffler's an animal. And I'm like, well, all right, that's probably the end of
So much
that.
for that.
And yeah, he was up 5 strokes. I think he
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
17 under, someone was 12 under, but no one ever got higher than, I think, 13 under, and he never dipped below 15, right?
Right. Right. And the thing
So
about Port Rush is I know it's easy for me to say, to do it is another story. But if you hit the ball, if you hit fairways, you can score pretty good. And Scheffler, for the most part, hit fairways.
he hit a lot of fairways,
Once you get off the fairway, it is a horror show.
but pros don't miss the fairway that as
Yeah,
much as
pros don't miss the fairways that
amateurs.
often. Yeah. Unlike like some of the other courses, I know St. Andrews can really, even if the ball's on the fairway, it can do some wacky things.
I like the pot bunkers at St. Andrews.
Like the pot bunkers, I I remember they've taken out the rail sheds at St. Andrews. So I believe it was is it the 17th hole? I might be
Which you
wrong on
can't
that.
see when you're,
Yeah, the rail shed,
yeah,
you had to hit the ball over the sheds.
because the fairway was on the other side of it. You just had to trust where
Exactly.
it was.
Exactly. You had to make sure your distance was right and you had to hit over the sheds and hope it lands in the fairway. But now they've taken the sheds out. I think they reconfigured the hole.
Yeah, I
So
think you
now you
can
can
see
see
where
the
you're actually
fairway.
hitting.
But then you got is it the ninth or the 18th? What's the road hole? The road hole. Is that it's one of the, it's either the ninth or the 18th where if you're a little, if you're a little to the right, you hit the road. Well,
It
God knows where
it'll
that ball's going to
it'll
end up.
keep bouncing.
It might still be rolling. So, it's just a quirky course. That's what I
I'm not,
love
I
about
don't
the
know.
English.
Yeah.
That's what I really love about the Open is the courses are very quirky and the link style courses are all near water.
It's almost kind of like it's like they're playing mini golf a little
I
bit
know. Well, it is.
with some of the
It's really target golf.
craziness.
Yeah, you really got to hit targets. You really have to be. Even Rory, and I'm surprised he was able to do as well as he did because he didn't hit a lot of fairways on
He
the
was
first
scrambling a lot,
three
but he
days. He was a little bit off on his drives. Fortunate for him, he got a lot of times he was in like the first cut, so it wasn't that bad.
mhm.
But did you see I think it was Saturday. It was Saturday. Did you see where he was in the rough and
Yes,
he and
hit the
he
ball and the other ball popped up.
yeah, there were two balls popping out.
Yeah.
That's a first.
Somebody's like, I thought he picked his ball up. Yeah, he picked his ball up. Yeah, out of the rough. He picked his ball up out of the rough.
That was wild, but
I've
that's the
never
open.
seen that. You may never
That's
see
the
that the rest of your life. That
I've
there
never
just
seen
happened to be
that.
a ball buried right under.
Every every golfer analyst that talked about it
Never
said
saw it.
they never saw it either. So that was a first. And Roy didn't see it there. It was so buried. So
I think it was
that's what
right.
happens when you're in the
I
rough.
think it was right. It was literally right under the ball, his ball. But
Yeah,
it was in
I
the
think the ball's on
soil.
top
So
of it.
when
Yeah.
he caught it a little fat, I think
Hmm.
his ball went, the other one popped right up in the air.
Fortunately, it didn't affect the shot.
No, the shot was pretty good.
Shot was good. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, very good.
So did you want to wrap us up this evening?
Yes, let's wrap it up. Because so we talked a little bit about Adidas and Puma, and hopefully you got a flavor for what those two companies did and ha did and are doing.
Hmm.
Both remarkable companies. Um, but
Both changed the
and we talked
landscape of
about
the,
the brothers.
well, I was going to say both changed the landscape of the town of Herzogenaurach.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So we know about the feud. We know about the brothers who, unfortunately, as they got older, did not get along. They died both bitter towards the other,
4 years apart.
4 years apart. Yes.
Mhm.
So let me just paint a little picture here with words, if I may.
Mhm.
So two teams, they walk on a soccer pitch in some nondescript soccer stadium somewhere, most likely in the town of, what's their hometown?
Herzogenaurach.
There you
Herzogenaurach.
go. Um, it's 2009. One team represents Adidas, and the other team wears the colors of Puma. And I'm sure they're wearing Puma shoes, and Adidas is probably wearing Adidas boots, soccer boots. They play, and the final score is irrelevant. After the game, both teams walk to the center circle, shake hands, and the feud is officially put to rest. Unfortunately, the brothers, at least they weren't of this round to see it. Hopefully, they saw it in the other round.
And that's
So
Echoes for the
there you go.
Arena for
That was
this
our
evening.
discussion of Adidas and Puma.
Oh, you froze at a perfect
And I
time
have both.
too, right near the
I own
end
both
here.
style shoes. So I like the Adidas shoe, but I really like the Puma logo.
Yeah, the Puma logo is cool. It is. Um, so I think that is it for us tonight. You had frozen briefly, but you are back with us.
Okay.
Um, so for Greg, I am Matt, and that is Echoes for the Arena for this evening. We hope you join us for episode 10 coming up soon. Good night,
Mhm.
everyone.
Good night.